the power of LinkedIn, how to get started, and the future of social media. Hello, I'm your host Matthew Moody, and today we are joined by a LinkedIn expert, Sam Rathling, to find out exactly what this whole B2B social media thing is about and how you can use it and get started straight away. So stay tuned and watch out for LinkedIn Behind the Scenes. Hello and a warm welcome back to Property TV. Now, if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Subscribe on the button below, because that means you get the latest updates as and when we release them. And this season, we are releasing tons of episodes, so stay tuned. Thanks, Sam, for kind of joining us on this special edition of Property TV that we do, which is really reporting on the news and the trends and stuff that's going on in the property industry. So I know that whilst you don't necessarily do property per se, what you do is an extremely valuable skill, which is all around LinkedIn. So we've known each other for a little while now, and I've kind of learned a little bit about what you do. But even myself, and I don't use LinkedIn as much as I should do, but I can just see right now this kind of rise and this surge in LinkedIn. We've had all these issues with Facebook and the whole kind of what are they doing with your data, who are they selling it to.
Yeah.
But just myself, in terms of LinkedIn connections, every day I'm getting new connections and getting comments on posts and stuff, and I don't really do very much with it. So you're the expert on LinkedIn. You know, why should people be now really thinking about using LinkedIn as part of their business?
But it's a great question, and I think you're right, absolutely. I mean, Facebook is making it harder and harder now for businesses to do anything on the platform unless you have wads of cash to give them for boosting posts and advertising. So I think the difference with LinkedIn is that, number one, from a business to business perspective, your target market is definitely there. So regardless of what business you're in or what industry you're in, whether it's property or anything else, the people that you need to get to are on LinkedIn. And it's much, much easier now to get to those people and to really build a network of people in your target market. So I think there is definitely a rise of LinkedIn, purely because I think people are, kind of getting a little bit fed up with the fact that Facebook are making it a little bit more challenging. And I think there's a blue ocean on LinkedIn. Like, there's very few people in the industry really taking advantage of it. And I think now is a really great time for businesses to be transitioning themselves, of course, not necessarily leaving Facebook, but adding LinkedIn as part of their strategy for sure.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that we experienced recently was just some kind of comparisons in terms of reach. So one of the things that's obviously happened very recently is Facebook has changed all of its algorithms again in terms of what people can see and who they can see. And I think there was some comparisons which I think you'd shared on some videos that you were doing for another client. And can you just maybe tell us a little bit about that difference in terms of people actually seeing the content that obviously we're producing as kind of individuals and businesses, and how that obviously affects, I guess, sales?
Yeah, absolutely. I think video is definitely the way forward from a LinkedIn perspective. I mean, video will get you 5 times the reach of anything else on the LinkedIn algorithm right now. So I think if you're looking through your news feed on LinkedIn or you're on the app, majority 80% of what you're seeing is usually video. So I would definitely recommend, if you are going to start using LinkedIn as a content strategy, that video is definitely the way to do that. At the moment, there is a maximum of 10 minutes of native video that you can upload to LinkedIn. So rather than sending a YouTube link or sending someone out to Vimeo, you want to be uploading the video file directly onto the LinkedIn platform. That will get you the most traction. But definitely the views are unbelievable. I mean, I have a client that's spending £1,000 a day on Facebook, and he was just sharing me the comparison of the number of views he was getting on Facebook, especially with the ones he's not paying for. Yeah. And the same video, exact same video, was posted on LinkedIn, and it's reached 15,000 people organically without any spend, without any cost whatsoever, in just a week. And it is amazing the difference between the two in terms of the views. And not just the number of views, but the types of people seeing it. So you can also see on LinkedIn who's seeing it, what job titles they have, etc. And it's a fantastic way to really get your message and your brand out there.
Definitely. And do you think there's obviously LinkedIn, slightly different profile of caliber of person that are on there versus, say, some of the other channels like Facebook and Twitter?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we tend to look at it and go, well, about 45% of people on LinkedIn are what we would consider to be influencers or decision makers. So they'd either be senior roles in larger companies, or they would be entrepreneurs and business owners. So definitely the profile of person you'll get there is much more business to business focused. And even if you are business to consumer focused, there are ways of getting to those end clients. So it might be that you have an introducer strategy, or you need referral partners or people that can introduce you to lots of end clients. They're also on LinkedIn as well. So I think it just depends, definitely the caliber of person that would hang out on LinkedIn is probably higher profile.
Yeah,
so if you take you take the industry of property, obviously, investors are there, people that are heavily involved in the property industry, entrepreneurs that are looking for ways to, have multiple streams of income, they're all sitting on LinkedIn. So I think it's pretty easy to find them as well. Once you know what keywords you want, etc., you can really drill down into who they are and where they are.
So if you're someone that's, say, in the property industry and you perhaps heard about LinkedIn, you've thought, okay, maybe it's not for me, I don't know how I can use it. Where do you think, how could they get started, I guess, in terms of starting to use it for maybe something that's more productive than just going on there and looking at a profile they haven't updated for about 10 years?
Exactly,
What could they do? What would be like a couple of
couple of quick tips. So I generally teach that there's kind of 3 core success principles. So your profile is definitely one of them. So sometimes people will even find your LinkedIn profile before they'll find your website or other marketing that you're doing. So I think you've got to take a serious look at your profile and go, would I really invest with me today or become a customer of my own profile today? And for most people, their profile just isn't doing its job in terms of either visibility or credibility. So take a look at your profile and make sure there's a really professional photograph, make sure there's a really strong header image to visually make sure the profile pops. Feel free to go look at my profile for some ideas on structure, etc. But I have also created a book that I give away for free, which has got 107 tips on how to grow your business on LinkedIn. So that's just found at LinkedIn or linkedout.com. And there's a whole section in there about how to make the profile, structure, etc. The second thing then is adding people to your in your network that are in your target market. So once you've got your profile looking the part, then it's about adding the right people to your network. So that might be that they're people geography-wise that are local to you, or they may have the right keywords on their profile. So you can use the search bar on LinkedIn to find pretty much anyone and everybody. So if it's business owners or entrepreneurs that you want, they're there. If you want investors, they're there. If you want people that are already doing property investment, property development, HMO, R2R, whatever the keyword is, you can find those people on LinkedIn. And the last thing then is really just about posting with purpose. So if you're sitting back and being passive and watching the newsfeed and not engaging in anything, then you're pretty much invisible. So you need to get brave and start posting and feeding the newsfeed, I guess, with things that are going to build your credibility and actually draw people towards you. So you'll find that people will actually message you, inbox you, etc.
So that's quite interesting because obviously using some of the other platforms such as, say, Twitter and Facebook, it's quite difficult to really know what someone has done. Mm-hmm. But you're saying that in LinkedIn, effectively, if you're commenting on various posts, then that can actually show up somewhere for someone searching for you. So that's quite a powerful tool. People can search it for content, and it's once you start engaging in other people's posts, it's really extending your brand, not just to your own connections, but actually reaching into your second and third degree network. And that's really where the power of LinkedIn comes in. The minute you post something and someone else likes it or comments on it, your brand is now, and your business is now appearing in their network with their contacts. So it's not just about the people that you're connected to, it's about the extended reach that LinkedIn gives you. Yeah, definitely. Brilliant. So I know you've got big plans and you kind of shared them earlier with some of the audience, but what's your kind of move forward in terms of the next 12 months? What's your kind of key focus and kind of way in which you're going to serve more people? Well, I've definitely decided to go big recently. So definitely I've decided to, serving more people is really what I want to do. My big vision is to generate £1 billion in sales for my clients. Wow, okay. And so that's a big vision. It's a 10-year goal. But I do track and measure tangible results from everyone, whether I work with them directly and I teach them how to do it themselves, or whether I do it for them or they do it with me. I want to make sure they're getting tangible results, i.e. sales. So I've generated over £2 million worth of business in the last 6 months alone. So my next 12 months is obviously linked into getting results and tangible results. But I'm doing a series of events every quarter. I'm going to be doing a live event. I should be touring that around the country. Right. And I'm also going to be doing 2-day ultimate LinkedIn masterclasses as well to help people and serve as many people as I can. So excellent. So if people want to get hold of you, where would they go? LinkedIn. that would be a good place to start. So you can find me at Sam Rathling. That's Rathling. Yeah, we'll put that on the subtitles. Thank you. So so you definitely connect with me on LinkedIn, of course. Meet Sam Rathling is my .com is my website. As I say,
feel free to go and download that book. It's got 107 tips to help you. It's a really good place to start at LinkedIn or linkedout.com.
So thank you for watching to the very end of Property TV, and if you're still here, thank you very much. We appreciate you because you've just increased our average viewing times, and for that we are eternally grateful. So do stay tuned for more episodes of Property TV, which will be coming out this season twice a week. So you've got 2 times of goodness from us. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.